Alright guys, this right here is my 2014 F150 two-wheel drive, 355 gears, has the 5-liter Coyote, 6-speed automatic transmission, and you see it has Tonka truck written on it because it's yellow. Used to be an old construction truck. Now, I'm going to go into detail some of this video about what this truck can tow and what I use it for handling. And things like that. Now, I also own a 2014 F250 with a 6.2 gas. This is my main work beast. A whole lot of scrap metal with it, do a lot of house clean outs and stuff, as a lot of guys that watch my videos know already, but we're going to be talking about the Ford truck. This one in particular today. Had a bug fly in my eye. Neighbors are watching me. Alright, so this truck is a two-wheel drive truck. Now, two-wheel drive trucks are going to give you a better turning radius. They ride better. Don't care what anybody says. They get better fuel economy because there's less drag on the front wheels. There's less drag on them. You'll have a higher payload. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive versus two-wheel drive. Two-wheel drive will always have a higher payload. Will always have a higher tow number. Will always ride better. Everything under the sun. The only thing it doesn't do is give you all-weather traction. But this truck is equipped with electronic locking rear. So you do pretty good. And if you keep... you guys, you put tires on your stuff, you don't want that issue. But here's what we're going to be towing today. This is my new Lamar trailer. It's only the second time, loading up with scrap metal. I brought this maiden voyage was in the last video. And this trailer empty is 1,300 pounds, but with the wood, it's probably about 1,500. And it's a 10,000. Yeah, I wish. It's 5,000 pound trailer. And we have it loaded up with a miscellaneous amount of scrap metal. I don't know exactly what it is. It's water heaters, washers, dryers, refrigerator, a bunch of lighter stuff, but there's a pellet stove or some heavier stuff on there. And then I have some metal in the back, a washer, a dryer, a stove, and some random little stuff. Nothing too heavy in the back of the truck, maybe 300-400 pounds, maybe something like that. Those washers and dryers weren't that heavy. But you see there's no squat at all. Even with the trailer hooked up with the tongue weight, no squat at all. This truck is equipped with the heavy-duty payload package. So this truck has a payload capacity of, I think it's 2,100 pounds. In 2014 is pretty high. They did make a heavier payload package. No, I'm sorry, this is a towing package, not the heavy-duty payload package. But I added a sumo springs to this, so just make the ride, a lot better. Now, I usually tow... This is my bigger trailer, my 24-foot, and usually when I load that with scrap, it could go up to 10,000 pounds. Where this trailer, I can only tow 5,000-ish pounds. Now this trailer, I'm loading up with short steel, as you guys could see. Sorry, the sun's kind of... But I got a little mess going. But this truck is the one we're mainly talking about. So these Coyote 5-liter V8s, they're pretty special in my book. This is the first generation. They make a second generation. I don't know. I think they're on a fourth generation. But the fourth generation, like the 2023s and 22s, I think was the first year it came out. They have cam phaser issues and they use plastic. From what I've been reading online from Ford Boss, they use a plastic oil pump with plastic gears in it. And that's no bueno. I don't understand why Ford would do that. Maybe just to make it born obsolescence, make it to where it's shit to begin with, and it'll keep breaking. But the older 5.0s are sturdy, man. They're the ones you want. If you're in the used market, 2014, 15, 16, that had the first gen Coyote, those are the ones you want. And the transmissions in these things are bulletproof, as long as you could change the fluids. A friend of mine has the same exact truck, but an extended cab, 4-wheel drive out in Ohio. Sean, big shout out to Sean. He bought his used. It has 240,000 miles on it, and it still runs amazingly. I have another friend who just put the Boss intake on and a bunch of other stuff, tuned it. His has over 200,000 on it, and he tuned it on E85 and a Boss intake and exhaust and all this stuff, and on a 200,000 mile motor, and it still pulls hard as hell. They're a very good, reliable truck. Now, the older ones that look like this, that are the older gen, they had a 5.4 3-valve and a 4.3 3-valve. And, if anybody knows Ford trucks, everybody gives them a bad rap too. But my brother's got 290,000 on his truck. And if you go back through my videos, you'll see the truck pull videos of me saying my brother's truck. He uses it in truck pulls, all four-wheel drive truck pulls. And he hauls scrap metal every day with it and never has an issue. So guys, I mean, these are the trucks you guys want. I mean, these, a couple little random, you know, things like my electric mirrors don't work. I changed the switch, it still doesn't work. I'm not really worried about it. I can just touch them and push it. But they're very good. Now, this truck is rated to tow 9,800 pounds. If this truck was a four-wheel drive and an extended cab and an extra or a lariat, it would be even less. It would be probably about 7,500 pounds. Because the more weight you add on the four-wheel drive, the extended cabs, the shorter beds, like this is a full bed, you know, regular cab, where this is a 6.5-foot bed on this guy. I mean, you see it has a lift gate, but I mean, this is the perfect work truck. When you guys see these that come from construction companies, a lot of times they're white, and some of them have base 6-cylinder, some will have 5-liter Coyotes in them. And I was just looking on, I almost said Craigslist. Who goes Craigslist? On Facebook Marketplace, I've seen them 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive all day long, $5,000, $8,000. I mean, that's a hell of a price for a good running truck. This truck has 0 rust on it. It has no issues. I think this truck's going to get timed out on mileage, which usually happens with my trucks. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a little towing here. Also hauling a load of scrap metal in. We'll see what we get. You know, if you guys are watching this for the truck, you know, I also do scrap metal, and I use these trucks for towing and hauling. This vehicle right now has 184,000, almost 185,000. It's due for an oil change, 185,000. I think I got like 100 miles-ish. So it's going to be the last trip to the scrap yard, and she's going to go in and get new tires. She's going to go get an oil change, but just make sure everything's hooked up. But yeah, guys, we're going to do some towing here. Alright, guys, so we're back, headed to the scrapyard now, coming down my road. You know, always in tow haul mode. But, you know, it has good grade shifting, the truck. I mean, this trailer is one of the reasons why I upgraded to it, because it has electric brakes. But, you know, when you start slowing down, it will downshift. It just didn't right there, so I guess I wasn't going fast enough. But, this truck has been pretty special. I bought this when I wrecked that white one. I actually slid and hid, I'm sorry, I didn't slide. A lady actually T-boned me in that truck and totaled it right around COVID time. And what was the issue was getting parts. So it took 6 months to get the truck back. You better not pull out in front of me. Now, what ended up happening was I needed a truck for work, so I found this truck. I paid $9,800 for it, and it had 120-ish thousand miles on it, and it was in mint condition. It had the yellow gate on it, tailgate, not like the one that's on there now. And I didn't even have a single dent in it. So I put the wood boards on it, and I came with the headache rack and the yellow light that's on it, blinky light. And I put it right to work, but I ended up killing the tailgate because it was already kind of cracked, and Fords aren't known for their tailgate stability, so I put the one on there that came off a junk truck that my friend had. So you see we hit this little bit of a hill, it downshifts. I mean, I'm only going 40 miles an hour, so not even really even struggling. But I live here in Northeast PA, out here in a place called Pike County, and there ain't a flat part of road anywhere. Man, everywhere you go, it's 5-6% grades, sharp turns, steep hills. If you guys ever been up here by Lake Wallenpaupack, and some of you guys that watch my videos are from Scranton and scrap guys, you know that it's a hilly section. So when you're towing, see like right there, it downshift nicely. I just touched the brake a little bit. You barely even have to touch the brakes because the downshifting is so good. Sometimes it's a little hesitant to downshift when I think it should, being in tow haul mode, like where the white truck, my 250, as soon as you touch the brakes in tow haul mode, it doesn't matter if you're going uphill or downhill, it immediately downshifts to the next gear. It's almost kind of violent. But yeah, I mean, you get flat sections and up and downs, but this truck pulls really, really well. I've been, like I said, I've been towing. I got 84,945 miles, almost 185,000 miles. And I'll tell you what, I don't think they towed much when they had this truck. It was a construction truck from a company called Kayawit, and you come with black hoods, but obviously they painted this one. And I talked to one of the head maintenance guys who works on them, and he says they do all the maintenance on it and stuff. And that's a big part of buying a used truck. You never know what you're going to get. Everybody's like, oh, is this truck good for this price? I don't know. Do you have any maintenance records, who maintained it, you know. And usually companies, even though they have mileage and they use them for work, they keep up on it because your truck is your number one tool that makes money in your business. It is in mine. It's in any business, vehicles, any company. Now, if they neglect that and they don't take care of them, what's going to happen? They're going to break down. Downtime is no money. So this tractor trailer's on my side of the road. That's fucking tits. So even though they might be used a lot and have a lot of idle hours and stuff like that, the commercial trucks that get used from you might buy from a construction company or something, I mean, for the most part, they're well maintained. I had a stack of records for this from Ford, and I had to bring it into Ford to get a transmission line changed because it was leaking. And I know the guy at the Ford, he pulled it up and he said, man, everything has been done at this truck at Ford over in Allentown. He's like, this truck has a mile worth of service records. He's like, everything from inspections to a battery replacement. That's how I know this truck still has the original shocks and struts on it. They've never been changed unless they did it on themselves with their original Ford parts. When I bought the truck, it still had all original Ford parts, original alternator, starter. The only thing I noticed was the belt tensioner was changed, and there's a belt on it that has a Napa logo, a Napa sticker still on it that's been on it for 3 years. I've been driving. But yeah, guys, used market, these Fords, I don't care what anybody says. You're going to sit there and be like, oh, Dodge. No, don't even come at me with that. Oh, Chevy. Yeah, the older ones from the late 90s, 2000s, yes. But those things are getting so far and few in between, and they don't tow like the newer stuff. I don't care what anybody says. Put a 10,000-pound trailer in that thing will be screaming for mercy. They don't, and even if it did tow it, they're not rated to tow it legally. None of those trucks are rated to tow any of that. Stuff from the 90s, none of them Fords and Chevys, none of them. They're not rated to tow. They're not rated to tow 10,000 pounds. This is a 150 that's rated to tow 10,000 pounds. Most 350s with the first 7.3 diesels, they weren't. I think they were rated at just around 10,000-ish pounds. But put 10,000 pounds on them, they couldn't get out of their own damn way. You know, those early diesels, the 6.9s, 7.3s, those things were gutless turds, man. Yeah, they would run forever, but you couldn't go anywhere fast. And they were decent on fuel economy, but I mean, geez, you put 5,000-6,000 pounds behind them, or in the bed, we had a flatbed, and I'll tell you what, my buddy John, he'll even tell you, man, that thing was gutless as shit. You'd have to you'd hit a hill running at 60 miles an hour, and you'd be down 25 miles an hour or less, 15 miles an hour in cases. But hold on, oh nice, look at this. Oh, that's awesome. Ladies sitting there looking for fucking seagulls, standing on the side of the road, and the guy's cutting the turn on the going the other way. That's the other thing, man. I gotta deal with retards all day. I know I shouldn't use the word retard, but that's the only way. I call them waterheads too, but that's not nice thing either. All right, I'm looking in the mirror. I got something coming loose. I'm gonna have to strap that on, but let's see what this weighs, and we'll see how good it tows. Like, I'm barely even pushing on the gas. They're just so nice. I mean, yeah, it's a little different when you're towing a camper or enclosed trailer, something big like that. There's more wind resistance. But for just normal towing and things, but I towed that big trailer that you guys seen with the short steel on it. And that trailer, I've had that weight 8,000-9,000 pounds, and this truck, being at its max, even with the mileage and everything, still tows it like it's you know, not even there. You do notice a little bit of wiggliness. That was why I put the sumo springs on, not really for the weight capacity, carrying capacity. It was mostly for towing stability and stuff like that. But I got a nice spot to pull over here. I'm going to pull over and redo this strap, and when I come back, we'll be pulling on the scale and see what we weigh today. All right, guys, dead stop right before my hill. So let's see. Foot to the floor. I kind of rolled into it and not just floored off the start, because the truck will spin its tires. We gotta get to the top of the hill. And that's 60. Sorry, I started hitting the rumble strip. That's a pretty steep hill. I mean, that's 6% grade there. And then it flattens out and then it comes back up. But I should have said that the truck has a Roush cold air intake, as you can hear from the video. The thing is disgustingly loud. I kind of like it, kind of hate it at times, but as you see right now, just cruising 2,500 RPMs, it's not bad. If I let off, you don't hear it. If I push down, you downshift and make some noise. But all right, let's head to the scrapyard. All right, guys, we made it to the scrapyard. I was just talking with Doug. Might have a boiler job. Wow, there's no metal in the yard here. Let's see what we pull on the scale today. So we pull on 10,000 pounds. So we have close to 3,000 pounds on with the trailer. Maybe a little more. Hard to tell. I don't know what this new trailer weighs. So we'll see what we can come out after we unload. I can find out what the trailer weighs. Whew. Alright, guys, we're done unloading that scrap metal. It's pretty hot, 81 degrees today and humid. And the stuff was all twisted. I really didn't show what was on this load, but it was really twisted and crappy. So we'll wait on just around 10,000. Alright, so we're coming off that 74.80. So you can easily say it was 2,500 pounds of metal. Yeah, we had 2,500 pounds of metal and the trailer's 1,500. So that's 3,500, 4,000. So we were towing like 4,000 pounds, which is not even half the capacity of this truck. And you can see, man, it wasn't struggling one bit. I mean, it makes a little noise because of the intake, but every truck's going to downshift and kick up RPMs. No washer fluid, weight savings. But yeah, guys, we're pretty good. Now, if you're interested in seeing what we actually make on the little bit of scrap metal, guys, wait till the end. We're right here, we'll show you. Hey guys, you see we weighed on at 10,020 pounds. We weighed off at 7,480, which is 2,500 pounds of metal that was on the trailer. And I know the trailer's easily 1,500. So that's 4,000. So we were towing 4,000 pounds with the little Tonka truck today. Towed it flawlessly, didn't even really know it was there. And I made $222. So, all right, guys, this is a little review on towing with these. I know some people put stuff out, but I don't think they're as thorough. And most people show newer stuff. A lot of people don't buy newer stuff. You know, they have older trucks and everything. But yeah, if you like this and you want to see more scrap videos and everything, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And remember, it's not a job, it's a fucking adventure, guys. I'll see you in the next video.